Hello my friends, the Game Boy Geek here. Today, we find ourselves as a predatory lion trying to catch the opponent's prey. But we also need to protect our own prey at the same time as you convince the other players to help you when you need it, even though you both know you're only doing the best to eat each other's prey. Survival of the Fittest is a wildlife-themed, fast-paced strategy game for 2 to 4 players. It takes roughly 30 to 45 minutes to play and can be enjoyed by ages 8 and up. Now it's being crowdfunded right now, so I'm going to show you how the game works and I'll see you on the other side. This is a crowdfunding preview, so all the art and components you see here, they're not final, they're prototypes. To see all the most up-to-date art and components, check the link in the description of this video. Now each player is going to get a set of pieces that are all the same color. They're going to get their predator, which is the lion. They're going to be using this to try to eat the other player's prey. Every player has 5 different prey, and all the players have the same prey. They have one zebra, which, by the way, is going to be worth 3 points if either an opponent catches his prey, or if you're the last predator standing, your prey will be worth that many points to you. Here, we'll have this animal here is 2, and then the rest of these that look alike are all worth 1. So you know the zebra's worth the most, then the next one, then all the rest. And again, this is the amount of points you get if you eat your opponent's prey, or these are the points that'll be given to you if your predator is the last one standing and you try to have the most points in the end of the game. So here's the board set up for 4 players. Now each player is going to start with their predator in the corner of their respective color, and then players are going to place their prey, first come first serve, at different spots out on the board. Now starting with the youngest player and going clockwise, you're going to take a turn. You're going to roll both dice. Now you must use both of these dice. One of these dice must be assigned to your prey, and the other one's assigned to any number of your prey. So for example, I might want to move this person 3, and then move my prey in any combination up to 6. Or maybe I want to move my predator 6. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, getting close to this player's prey, and then now I have a 3 that I could use for my prey. So maybe I move this zebra 2, 1, 2 to be a little bit more protected by my predator, and then maybe I move this one a little bit further for another. That's my 3rd. Now you can't, you can basically move that in any section. You have to move at least 1 prey. You cannot go through any animals, so you can't pass through them. You also can't pass through any of these obstacles that are listed on the board either. The board starts with some of these, but as I'll show you, there'll be some more of these that come out in just a little bit. Now a couple more notes on movement. Now as you saw, I split this up between 2. You could split up any. I could have moved 3 different preys, 1, which would have added up to 3. I could have moved 1 prey 3, any way you see fit. Now here's a couple of other things here about moving is you must use the full movements for each of those dice, and you cannot go to the same space twice. So if I had 3, I can't just go like 1, 2, 3, for example. You have to use the total movement when you're moving something. Now let's say it's a little bit later in the game and it's this player's turn and they roll a 5 and a 3. So what do they want to do? They have lots of options, right? Do you want to make the 5 or the 3 for the predator, and then the other die, how are you going to split them up with your prey? Well, it's like this. I could use this 5 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I showed you that prey, when you're moving prey, you can't move through animals, but the predator actually eats the prey. So this predator could go 1, 2, 3, eating this. I'll show you how that works in a second. 4, 5, or maybe they really want to get the predator on this side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe they just want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start working towards there. So you have lots of options there, or you might want to just use the 3 because maybe your prey is at disadvantage. Like we know that this player is going next, and I have prey here, so I probably want to try to move that away. So this is where the conundrum comes because you're running away from all the other players, but you're trying to catch the other players, and you're trying to catch their higher numbered prey. So if I come here and I use all 5 movements to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and catch both of those, remember both of these are only 1 point. That's getting me 2 points. Now granted, it's getting it from 2 different players. Maybe that's getting one closer to being eliminated. That might be winning. Or this one is worth 2 as well for the green person. So maybe I just go 1, 2, 3, and then I move this prey. So do I want to take 1 point away from 2 different players? Well, it depends on the state of the board, depends on who's winning or who you think is winning, and things like that. So I'm going to be a little bit more conservative here. I'm going to go 3, 1, 2, 3. Now again, because I ate this is going to go up in front of me. This is going to be points because I ate that player's prey. But now I get to move 5. I'm going to move this on 1, 2, 3, and let's see, I'll leave that one there. Maybe I should move this one away. 4, 5. You might get it more protected like that. Now, there are 4 obstacles here, and anytime you roll doubles, for example, let's say it was this green player's turn now, they rolled double 5s. Now, assuming there's still some of these pieces that have not been placed on the board, they'll select one of these and place it on the board, and they could do this before or after their turn. So they can place something like this. Maybe they want to place it like this, making it so, you know, this predator is going to be able to come down and definitely get this prey most likely. Maybe not this turn, but next turn. Or maybe they want to start blocking in some of these other players' prey, you know, like this, coming down like that. So maybe it will block, you know, these prey and all these, make these a little harder, things like that. So you can play with these. There's different shapes depending on where you're placing it. And you cannot overlap any obstacle or any piece that's already on the board. So let's say they decide to place it here. This kind of blocks all these guys in this general area like this, and then they'll move their 5 and 5. So maybe they go, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They weren't able to catch this predator, this prey this turn, but sure, this one could run this way, but now they're really close. They got these ones sort of blocked in like that a little bit. So some strategy there. Then they would move their prey 5. You know, they've got a prey here that's kind of next to both of these. They got this one that's kind of a little bit here. So maybe they 1, 2, 3. Maybe they leave it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are a 5 away from that. Maybe they move this one all 5, so it's a little bit further away from both of those. Now let's say it comes back to this player's turn. They roll double 6, and they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll move this next one 6 like this. Now they got an obstacle, and maybe they do, you know, something like this, where they've now made it so that this other player cannot come get them. And that's the idea about moving the obstacles before or after your turn. Sometimes you want to move it before to let a predator get in, or after to kind of like keep your prey safe. And now this one's going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and get both of those like that. Now let's say it's this player's turn, and they roll double 2s. Well, they can go like this, 1, 2, and get that prey. But let's say there's no other obstacles left. They've all been placed. They can take any one of them and move it. And so maybe they, you know, maybe they block this area up like this. Maybe they, you know, block this predator out from going in this direction. Maybe they want to sort of block it like this. It depends on what your strategy is going to be and what you're trying to do. Who are you trying to block? What are you trying to block? Did you want to move this one first before you moved that? So maybe you could have, you know, gone like this and then maybe blockaded this one in a little bit more. It's totally up to you. You could decide how to place these. Again, they can't overlap anything else. Maybe you want to block it like this. That makes it a little bit harder for him to get around. Things like that. So again, you can place this before or after your movement, and just to show you that gives you a lot of flexibility. And it's not really just before or after. It's before, during, or after. So I could have, you know, moved this one a little bit, rearranged one, and kept moving. So it gives you a lot of flexibility here. I could have moved that lion, placed the thing, then move my prey, anything. It's very flexible. Now this will continue until your last prey has been eaten. In this case, this green, the dark green ate the light green, that has been eaten. This player, all their prey is gone, and they remove their piece from the board, and they have been eliminated. Now they're not completely, they could still possibly win, although it's unlikely, but that's how it works. And it's going to be continuing to go this way until someone gets eliminated and there's only one player left. Let's say it's just the brown player here is the only one left. The game would end. And then each player is going to score. So this was the brown predator. They kept their prey alive. Only, obviously, the last player standing is going to have any prey alive, and they also get those points. So the brown's going to get 3 for keeping the zebra alive, but they're going to get all these points, and the one with the most points is the winner. Now, if the scores are tied at the end, the winner is the last person to have prey on the board, and the same applies for second, third, and fourth place.
Well, there you have Survival of the Fittest, and as I showed in the overview, it's an interactive game where having alliances will definitely help you, but look out for the double cross. Now, if you'd like to see the most up-to-date art and components and all the different pledge levels available, you can click the link below me right in the description of this video. Now, that's going to take you directly to the crowdfunding project page, and I'm sure that the creators of Survival of the Fittest would love your support.